Okay, you know that feeling, right? You start a research project and you realize your topic is basically the size of an entire ocean. Well, today we are going to build you a boat. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to face the beast, that feeling of complete information overload. Then, we'll get into the Goldilocks secret, the key to taming it. After that, I'll walk you through, step by step, how to focus your topic, show you a kind of search engine superpower, and we'll finish with a crucial lesson that, trust me, even seasoned bros sometimes forget. All right, let's just start with a moment of truth here. A feeling I am absolutely sure every single one of us has had. You get your assignment, you pick a topic, maybe it's something you're actually excited about. You lean in, type it into the search bar, and you're just ready to find some amazing stuff.
So you type in something that seems perfectly reasonable, like, say, George Washington. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
And then, bam, this happens. You are hit with a tidal wave of over 37,000 results. And just like that, all that excitement, all that momentum, it just comes to a screeching halt.
So, how do we fix this? How do we avoid that wall of information?
Well, it all comes down to what I like to call the Goldilocks principle of research.
You've got to think of it like this. Your topic can't be too broad or you'll drown. And it can't be too narrow or you'll starve for information. It has to, you guessed it, just right. And that is the real challenge, isn't it? It's all about moving from a giant, kind of fuzzy concept like solar power or the American Revolution to a sharp, focused question that you can actually, answer. Okay, Siri is great, but let's put this into practice. We are going to go back to our friend George Washington and that absolute mountain of search results. So first thing you do is you just break down that huge topic into smaller, more digestible pieces. Things like his military service, his political career, maybe even his personal beliefs. And from there, you can dive even deeper. You pick one of those areas and you drill down to find a much more specific focus for your research.
Okay, let's head back to our database. We're going to add our new subtopic, but we're going to use the powerful little word "and." This tells the search engine, hey, only show me results where both of these topics appear.
Oh, well, now we've got the exact opposite problem. Just 10 results. That is almost definitely not enough to work with. And this happens all the time, so don't worry. You've basically gone from a fire hose of information to a tiny trickle. But there is a secret weapon for finding that perfect flow. It is time to seriously power up your search skills by thinking strategically about your keywords.
So you can think of these simple words like and or, as the remote control for your search engine. They give you the power to tell it exactly what to do.
So instead of being stuck with just military career, we can use the word or to cast a much wider net. We're essentially telling the database, hey, show me articles with military career or general or Revolutionary War or even colonel. See? It's like you're building a whole team of keywords to search for you. And whoa, this shows you just how powerful OR is. We've now expanded our search and found over 2.5 million potential sources. But of course, that is way too many. Now for the magic trick. We combine our original George Washington search and our new focused team of military terms. And what do we get? 82 results. Now that is a much more manageable, just right number. Okay, so we found our sweet spot, 82 results. We're done, right? High five? Not so fast, because now comes what might be the most important part of all, the art of evaluation. Look, a truly perfect search just doesn't exist. You are always going to get some results that aren't quite right. Maybe some are a little off topic, or maybe you can't even get your hands on the full article. And sometimes you're going to find some real curveballs, like this article about HIV. Now, why is this here? Because one of the authors works at George Washington University. This is a perfect example of why you can't just trust the numbers. You actually have to look at the results. This right here is your target. This is the sweet spot. A final list somewhere between 50 and 500 results gives you plenty of sources to work with, but you won't be totally overwhelmed. You see, by mastering this whole process of narrowing and expanding and then evaluating, you've turned what felt like an impossible task into a focused, totally manageable investigation. You're not drowning in information anymore. You're actually navigating it. So the real question becomes, now that you know how to find the right sources, how are you going to decide which ones are telling the most valuable story?